Maria Sevilla with Sevilla Bodyworks. Today we are going to focus on rotations for this 10-minute video. So these exercises are going to target our obliques, and our obliques flex us forward, they bend our spine, they help us side bend laterally, and then they also help us rotate. So that's what we're going to do today, targeting those obliques and working on our rotations. As with all my other videos, please just be kind to yourself. So if you find something's a little bit difficult or challenging, just take a break, stop doing the exercise for a little bit, and come back to it when you're ready. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to lie on my back, and we're going to start warming up with some arm reaches. So we're going to reach the arms overhead, and remember when we do these, we're focusing on opening up the chest and trying to keep the rib cage quiet, so not moving with the arms, but staying nice and grounded into the mat. And one more arm reach, and then we'll move right into our abdominal curls. Hands come behind the head, elbows in our periphery. Nod your chin, let your head drop into your hands like a basket. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale and curl the head, neck, and chest up. So if this is the first one of today, know that the first few always get a little sticky. So take your time, curl up, feel those abdominals warming up, letting your head rest in your hands. Exhale, we're going to curl up and we're going to hold it here. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to do another arm reach, coming forward, looking down at my belly, and then bringing the arms up to the ceiling and then back down. Let's move into our first rotation. Taking an inhale in, exhale, curling up. I'm going to take my left elbow, reach it up and forward, right coming open, and then the opposite side, and then coming back and down. So I'm going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, curling up. Right elbow up and forward, left elbow up and forward, and then come back and down. So you notice that when I'm rotating, I'm not rolling, but I'm trying to pull upward and then bring myself around. So I'm staying in my frame here, coming up and bringing myself around, back and down. Let's just do one more. Taking an inhale, exhale, curling up, going around, back to center, and around. And then coming back to center, lift up a little bit more if you can. Reach those arms, bring them up behind the head, and then gently come down. Let's open it up here, twisting from the lower half. I'm gonna let my legs drop to the right. And as I'm doing this, I'm twisting the bottom half, and then I'm pulling the right half in the opposite directions. And then coming back up, and then over to the other side. This feels really delicious. I love the way this feels. It's a wonderful opening exercise, and it moves us into rotations gently. And then other side. So taking that inhale and then bringing in. So coming back up, bring the hands down by your side and take your right leg up to a tabletop position. And then slowly bring that left leg up. You want to drop the belly in, and we're going to do the same thing. A little bit more challenging here with our legs at tabletop. I'm going to shift my body. You see my knees are staying together over to the right. I'm not going as far as I was before. I'm not going all the way to the floor and unwinding and then shifting the other way and unwinding. So the other thing about this that I love is the upper body, you feel the oppositions in the body. So the upper body feels like it's stretching and pulling to the left as I reach to the right with my knees, and then slowly coming back up and then doing the other side. So think about wringing out a towel. You want to keep the idea that you're staying in your frame so that my head and my tail are staying lined up, and then coming back and not shifting or wiggling my booty. And then coming back up and then slowly coming down one foot at a time. So that's really great because that warms up some of the lower obliques, those internal obliques. We'll do an arm reach again, reaching the hands overhead, and then I'm going to come up right in between. So a very nice little peaceful shape of a gun, going up and over my knee,
and then coming all the way back down. And then I'm going to reach left, and then back down, and then reach right, and then come back down. Now we're going to go up to the center one more time, and then back down, and then left again, and then come back down, and then right. So little rotation up thoracically through the body, keeping the lower half still. Bring the right leg up to tabletop, slide the hands behind the head, open the elbows, exhale, curl up, and now think right knee to left elbow. Come together, and then apart, and then left knee to right elbow, and come apart. So just going back and forth here. So this is a lot of abdominal work. Again, rest when you need to. And then one more time. And then come down. And then let's just stretch it out. Open everything up. Hug the knees into the chest. Let the back relax. And then we're going to roll ourselves up and we're going to come to a seated position. All right, so now I want you to take your legs forward and we're going to sit up nice and tall here so that I feel like my legs are directly out from my pelvis and my tailbone is grounded down. I feel that my pelvis is down. I'm sitting upright. This isn't an easy position for everybody, so if you need to bend your knees a little bit or even maybe sit in a diamond could be more comfortable for some, or up on a little box. Okay, so feet flex, coming forward, hands are forward, and I'm targeting my obliques again. But now I'm going to be rotating around from my shoulders first and then pulling myself around from my body. So I'm opening up from the arms and then coming around with the rest of my body. I'm going to inhale as I open and exhale as I come back. I want to stay tall through this movement and I want to stay in my frame. Inhaling and exhaling, coming forward. Inhaling and exhaling, come forward. I got long arms, so when I come around, you're going to see that my arms are reaching in opposite directions. I'm pushing the left one forward, I'm pulling the right one back, and I'm going to do another side, pushing and pulling, and then coming back. You really can feel how that works, those obliques. Opening the legs to a wider position, again, bend the knees if needed, and now we're going to go into our saw. So the arms will stay wide here, where I'm going to rotate towards that right side, just like I did before, staying upright, and then I'm going to flex forward and reach towards that pinky toe. And then coming back up and center. Inhale, rotating. Exhale, flexing forward. And then coming back up. So I'm diving down. Inhale. Exhale, dive down towards that. Come back up and center. Try not to shift in your pelvis. So if you have tight shoulders and backs, this can feel really difficult. Don't feel like you have to aim directly towards the pinky, but maybe up and over it. And if you can't get there, that's okay, because the work is through the torso. That's our focus on these rotations. One more each side. And then coming back up. And then last one. And then coming back up and center and down. So for our last rotation today, I'm going to come up to a standing position. So we were supine, we were doing some flexion, we were sitting up tall, and now we're going to stand into a wide squat. And from here, just soften the knees, bend the knees, let the tailbone drop down, and I want you to take your hands to your shoulders. So this is the first sort of little rotation that we're going to do, and we're just going to let ourselves feel the rotation. We're not really trying to bounce around in this, we're just using our body to rotate around. I'm not really using my shoulders a whole lot, so you can see the rotation is minimal through the torso. When I start to use my shoulders is when it looks like it's going to get a little bit bigger. So now I'm going to take my hands in front of me and I'm going to push to each side, and as I'm pushing, you can see my rotation is getting bigger. I'm kind of feeling like I'm moving through something viscous with my arms, so I'm creating some resistance. And that resistance then comes right into and targets these obliques. So then I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. And I want to be soft through my hips and my waist so that I'm not pushing down really heavy through my feet. I actually have a little bit more pressure into my toes. And we're going to do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. And then we'll stand together and reach the arms all the way up, stretch it out.
And then bring one arm down. We're going to a little side bend, just opening things up. Other arm comes up, and then reach to the other side and all the way up. Let's do one more each side. Reach and then come back, and reach and come back. Okay, so that's it for our rotations. I hope you loved it. I'll see you again soon. Thanks.